Hey everybody, Sean here, and welcome to Revealing Truth. And special thanks to Mark Scott for sharing this. Many sent me emails about Charlie Kirk's death, and the first thing that came to my mind was, who is Charlie Kirk? This was honestly the first time I'd heard his name. So I did a quick Google search, and I found out that he was a well-known conservative activist in the United States and a staunch ally of President Donald Trump. And there's a bunch of other info about him as a media personality as well. But as far as his life as a Christian goes, all I really found out was that he was an outspoken evangelical Christian. And if that's the case, then we all pray comfort for his family and can look forward to seeing our brother in heaven one day. But it's silly video titles like this one that show how some people will use anything to push their strange agenda.
Hey everybody, it's Katie. You know, yesterday I was on set for the entire day, and when I received a text from my husband with a video showing that Charlie Kirk had been shot. And then about 30 minutes before I went live on Faith with Katie with my special guest, Jonathan Kahn, they report the news that Charlie had been pronounced dead. When I went on the broadcast, Jonathan spoke into that situation and about how he believes that, demonic spirits are behind this at the governmental level. I encourage you to go watch that show. We'll put the link in the chat so you can check it out. But during the broadcast, I took that picture of that video that my husband had sent me, and I looked at it and I realized something very important. That over the tent, and you'll see it, I'm going to put it up now on the video. Over the tent where Charlie was sitting at the very moment he was shot was a cloud formation in the shape.
So what does that cloud formation look like to you? It doesn't really look like anything to me.
Was a cloud formation in the shape of a rabbit.
Oh boy, the imagination is cranked up to 10 for today. This should be interesting. Probably not biblical, but definitely interesting.
Was a cloud formation in the shape of a rabbit. Now, I don't know if you know this about rabbits, but rabbits, they multiply very, very quickly, okay? A rabbit can get pregnant, gestate a whole litter of babies, and have the babies in like 30 days. And get this, immediately after a mother rabbit gives birth, she's able to immediately get pregnant again and start the process again. Rabbits multiply very, very quickly, exponentially, in fact. When I saw this cloud formation, because the Bible talks about signs in the heavens, the sun, the moon, the stars, the clouds, there's signs that happen in the heavens. When I saw this cloud formation looking like in the shape of a rabbit, the Lord spoke to me.
Well, what did God say, Katie?
The Lord spoke to me. And he said, I'm going to take the mantle that was on Charlie Kirk, his uniqueness, his knowledge, his insight, his way of putting biblical precepts and applying them to the modern day experience for college students. I'm going to take that mantle and I'm going to multiply it exponentially and put it on many, many, many people so that they can pick up the mission wearing this mantle and run with it.
Wow, so that's what God personally spoke to you? Yeah, I don't believe you, Katie, because you've quoted God saying and doing things in the past that aren't true. But she says this.
But I'm telling you, God works in all things for the good of those. He's going to redeem it. He's hearing the blood of this martyr. Charlie Kirk is a modern day martyr. He's hearing the blood of Charlie cry out from the ground, and he's saying, no, I am not going to let Charlie's mission die the moment he died. I am going to multiply it. I'm going to take that mantle and multiply it like a rabbit multiplies.
Now, here's the thing. From what I see, Charlie was having one of his prove me wrong debates where he challenges people on his political and cultural views. But unless he died preaching the gospel, then he didn't die a martyr. I mean, maybe he was, and if so, then he'll have a martyr's reward in heaven. But it doesn't appear that was the case. Once again, condolences to Charlie's family, but this whole pitch about God multiplying Charlie's mantle is just more nonsense. And the fact that Katie's using such a sensitive situation to talk about this is both tasteless and tacky. So let's finish off with a very short clip from a past video about what a mantle really is. So in the Bible, a mantle was like a cloak or robe that prophets would wear as a sign of their calling from God. Like when Elisha took Elijah's cloak as a symbol of his ministry being passed on to him. And you can see that depending on the version, some say cloak or others say mantle. But what these people are doing by laying on graves is not biblical whatsoever. So that's just a quick explanation. But what we see from most in the NAR in regards to mantle grabbing is people doing things like grave soaking to absorb these people's mantles or special anointings given by God. And that's just foolish witchcraft. And as far as Katie Souza goes, this is just one more fairy tale about her talking to God and reasons not to listen to her. But anyhow, we're going to leave it here for today, so leave your comments below, and until next time, take care and God bless.